What is up, guys? I'm back doing the stream. So today, this is gonna be more serious. I don't even care if this video gets demonetized. This is on my own personal thoughts on this pandemic. As you heard of new restrictions all over the world in recent days. So people are upset that the UK, due to the new clusters in London and southeast England and Wales, people are southeast or southwest. Oh, come on. So more countries banning the UK. So yeah, there's like a new strain of the virus, and the virus just returned to the UK after stabilizing last month. So I know it's already 10 p.m. in the UK right as of right now. It's 5 in New York City and 2 in the Bay Area and Los Angeles, or my time. So there's like this new strain of the virus that spread 70 times more than the original virus. I'm not sure if this is like a new. I've heard something like this even before. The infection rate in the UK saw its highest rate in the month. And yeah, they pulled London back into lockdown. And there's some countries, even from the EU, that are banning travelers. Some of them are telling them to self-isolating, quarantine. And yes, yeah. Oh, come on. Even Canada, north of our border, Canada, has banned travelers from the United Kingdom for good, especially Toronto under lockdown as well, Ontario, that province. So as you see, look at this. This is the UK. This is called resurgence. So as you see, this is the UK's second wave. Started spike since September, well, October is the real. The cases begin to rise by August, averaging 1,000, and then by this is how much they average, and then by this is where they begin to skyrocket, and then they announced in like by the end of October, they announced a lockdown in November during the election here in the U.S. And then November, as you see, they were stabilizing, begin to fall down, but then by December they stabilized again, and they begin to rise back up, averaging 35,000 cases a day. Now they're breaking records, as the UK recently passed 2 million infections. It's the country with the highest death toll, and I think the sixth country or seventh country with the highest infection rate. Out of control. Hello there. Oh, you got a puppy? That's awesome. My day is doing okay, I guess. I'm not in the UK, but I think I have some fans from the UK, including Ireland, who just recently banned. There are countries like Canada. England is currently the epicenter because you have London and all that. What else? You have Wales the second worst affected. Yes, and even so, people are rushing to get back back to their home or their destination before the travel ban takes on. One other countries have banned to anyone. So I found this out yesterday. So the UK, London, the largest city and capital, was on tier two, but it was moved to tier four to the cluster. But this, I mean, and this is worrying about. And yes, especially with the holidays, more than 40 countries have banned the UK, but I think it's now 120. But more than 40 countries have banned the UK. This is from a BBC article. Have been suspended across the world, including Spain, India, and Hong Kong. France shut down its border. France will shut down its borders with the UK for 48 hours. No, France kind of saw a slight increase. Boris Johnson expects on as fast as possible. Even though, you should look at this. Other countries had also put a ban, including Belgium, Germany, Italy, Ireland, Romania, Russia, Switzerland. Yeah, how's the days go? Yeah. Oh my god. Crazy. Like, yeah, infections. Another 215 deaths. Hello there. So, oh, come on, YouTube. Please stop your behaviors as well. So, yeah, Canada has banned the UK. All parts, yeah, they will no longer allow them until 2021. And it concerns here in the United States, but well, before I mention the US, I think there are other countries like Israel, India. Oh wait, I already mentioned. There were also about El Salvador, Chile, Colombia, Argentina, telling them that they're planning to ban in countries. Even but what's so yeah, people are rushing. They're driving or trying to get on a train or plane fast as can. But do you want to know what's the worst of all of this? It also means for the United States. While our infection rate in the United States is averaging about 200,000, 250,000 cases a day. Every day. So yeah, but how what's the worst of all? The UK. Our our leader or no, hold on. The United States have actually been is still open for UK travelers. I'm not sure if they're asking mandatory, but if you're traveling to UK, you must quarantine. Because since so remember during June and July's travel ban to the EU, they're telling them that we're not allowed. We can still travel to the UK and Ireland, but we must quarantine. This is according to Al Jazeera, new stain patient found in. And there's some, look at this, new COVID strain patients found in Italy. This is why they're getting concerned, even though Italy is about to do a national nationwide lockdown. Oh my gosh. This is according to Guardian. This is a warning, even though the holidays are getting closer. It, and yes, the United States is still letting out. But here's our leader. Our leader the worst our leader, our own president, isn't taking action. Because he's still mad about the election. Wasting his time taking action. Yo, yes. And I heard people were also banning travelers from not just from the UK. Even though multiple countries have already banned travelers from the United States. But even if the does not have plans for travel ban. Of course, United States is planning, even though, however, even if we have the vaccines, but however, even if but I hope Joe, but even though Donald Trump, there's just a few weeks before President Trump leaves office in the White House, and I'm not sure if Joe Biden, when he comes to office, he will take serious action. But Jesus, I know, right? It's because they want to, and we still have Christmas, Kwanzaa, and New Year's, which could lead to spike in January. When some said that the worst may be coming until early February, after more than almost 330,000 Americans have died. It's been 8 months. Since 8 months ago, our death toll is now 10 times higher than what happened 8 months ago. By mid April, we had like 30,000 deaths. Now we're 10 times higher. And our infection rate is 27 times higher. Alright. They're cutting off travelers. I feel bad for the UK, even though the UK tried to take action. Because, so here's the thing. So here's what the UK have done since July. I want to go back to July during the second wave or summer surge here in the United States. So when the EU banned US travelers, the UK is actually fine with us. I mean, well, actually, they still left, but you still have to quarantine, right? So that left the infection rate low, and it kind of did. The measures did work, and then during the peak, during when the U.S. infection rate began to decline, and then Spain, starting in late July, at the end of July, and early Spain began to see a rise in infections, right? They and it yeah, everyone thought it was a cluster, and then UK's Prime Minister told people, if you're coming from Spain, you must quarantine for 14 days. But it wasn't just Spain. A few weeks later, France, Belgium also began to skyrocket. So the UK did a mandatory quarantine against France. People would travel from France as well, and then done in more countries, and realized that the second wave was all. People think the second wave is already too early. While our infection rate is getting lower, and yeah, there were more mandate quarantines, more mandate in the EU, but then the UK is beginning to see a rise in infections due to the colder weather. November. In October and all of that. And yes, in October, and then the UK still saw a spike. But then the end of October, they announced that they'll be shutting down. Now they went to a second nationwide lockdown, and it by November, and then by December they eased it, but with tougher measures, or maybe with a lighter lockdown or something. And now we're here. Now we're seeing this new strain. Even though I don't have any family members going to the UK, thank God. Even though the US is still the epicenter. Look at how much traffic. I hope you understand. I don't know about the. Come on, stuff. He's spamming about. Like, come on. The vaccines and the virus. To be honest, I don't even care. I just need to mention this. That's freedom of speech. I don't care if I get demonetized. I need to say this. I know. After our own lockdown. But at least, thank God, we're not alone. We're not alone when it comes to lockdown. It makes me happy because we're not alone during lockdown. You have Italy going back into lockdown. Austria. It sucks. I know. It kind of sucks. People think that it's canceling in Christmas. And this was a warning, and they just ignored it. And then Europe is still concerned. The EU and Europe is still concerned about the infection rate in September. Since September or August, we warned them. I heard they were banning travelers not just from the UK. I think they're banning travelers from South Africa. I think. Yeah, so people are banning travelers from South Africa, even though South Africa was a former colony of the UK. Even Turkey is taking action, even though 824,000 cases were added for some reason. Germany's already considered to be banned after Germany already saw a spike. Or Germany, even Sudan and African countries, Morocco. But however, there's one leader in the United States, one governor who wants to take action against the UK. New York's governor, Andrew Cuomo, is now taking action. He wants to call a ban travelers from the UK, London, and southeast portion of England and Wales. And this is what everyone wants to do. But here's the thing, even if you try to ban travelers from the UK, like what they can still, even if you try ban travelers from the UK, they may go to like they may go to like Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Miami, or Washington. and transferred and go to your state. Yeah, that wouldn't be enough, as the whole nation does that. But I think but maybe the U.S. might brought the virus, to be honest, because the U.S. continues to see a spike of the Thanksgiving. Ah, alright. Even though San Francisco, California, has announced a new quarantine for everyone, to anyone who's coming outside of the Bay Area. And I hope, but also the Bay Area, if you're coming to San Francisco and San Jose, yeah, they put a mandatory quarantine for 10 days if anyone was coming outside the Bay Area. Anywhere in the UK. I mean, in the US. But I hope this applies. I hope this applies for the UK. I think flights are still available between San Francisco and London, or should I say California to the UK. I hope our governor as well take action. He needs to take action, even though the governor is now quarantined again because one of his staff members close by tested positive. Yeah, but you can't tell travelers stay away. I mean, even if you just don't have the rest of the United States. No, so Australia, we have an update from Australia. Australia has already banned travelers from the EU and the UK such since March, I think. But however, there's a new outbreak in Australia. But however, that new outbreak in Australia is actually 1,000 times smaller than the UK's right now. And to be honest, the UK is averaging more cases every single day than what Australia would have done since this pandemic started. If you haven't yet heard, there's a new cluster in New South Wales. I say New South Wales, not Wales, not Wales in the UK, New South Wales in Australia. And to be honest, I think New South Wales really wants to become Wales. Yep, a Wales wannabe. They both want to have a high, and they both want to have the same. Yeah, even though Cindy's outbreak is pretty small compared to the rest of the world, but still, people in Australia are getting concerned. This is maybe Australia's third wave after what we saw in Sydney, the northern suburbs, beaches. Yeah, they're placed under lockdown as well, and this upset people, many travelers. After what we saw in Victoria earlier in this summer and in South Australia last month. Nearby Queensland, they're banning travelers if you're coming from the Greater Sydney area. But if you're, for, I think this may be all of it. Stop spamming about the Darwin place. They said it has nothing to do. And I don't even know. Ah! Australia's on high alert. So there's that new cluster. If you're coming to these other provinces in Australia or territories, you must quarantine. I know they're treating like Australia like China, like one country and two system, like China and Hong, something like that. Ah, so yeah, look at this. Western Australia has permanently banned New South Wales people, yeah, from traveling. Like, wow, you can't travel that much. This is why they should have took early action. They should have done this. And why are people so well? Come on, they should have. If they had taken action, we will have solved only a small. But now Cindy's become the epicenter. Even Victoria's taking action because no one wants to go back into lockdown. Come on. So you see how Australia saw an increase. They were stabilizing between 10 cases a day, and now they're seeing, yeah, they're canceling. What if people gather during New Year's for a countdown? That wouldn't be good for New South Wales. What's time in Australia right now? Hold on. Oh, I see. Good morning. What time is it, Cindy? Oh, okay. Good morning, Cindy. It's all. Good morning, Cindy. Australia, I guess. It's already 9:30 in the morning. It's already night in the UK, London, and it's afternoon here in California. New York is already early evening. It's 5:30. I know. Like, oh come on. Hope you stay safe. Even like other countries continue to see upticks. Even though we have the vaccines like Moderna and like all of that. I forgot. Who else? Oh come on. Hope you guys stay safe. Oh, this is angry. Please, YouTube, stop rejecting links. Like, come on. And YouTube, let us experience freedom of expression. If you're gonna demonetize video, why are you letting Sky News, GAMN, even though I'm neutral to them? I mean, well, to be honest, I don't hate Sky News that much anymore. Yeah, well, kinda. Even though Brazil was averaging their highest rate of infections, they had 70,000, 25,000, almost a third down. But I'm worried people travel from like other parts of the state because they can travel to New York and like bring it. Even though Mexico City also going on shutdown, the Mexican capital. I don't know about Chile, Santiago, or Juarez. You know, the borders with San Diego and El Paso. Well, at least they did launch their vaccines. Jeez. Oh, come on, not New Mexico. Even though El Paso, let's slow it down. Oh, I see. I think Biden has gotten the vaccine. Hold on. Mike Pence, our vice president, got the vaccine. Oh my gosh. Just like Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, happened 2 years ago. Oh my god. People. Wow. But anyways, hope you guys stay safe. But YouTube needs to please stop. But anyway.